Good morning. How are you today? Well, it's in the low 80s, and there's a nice breeze. And it's the most comfortable it's been in days, and there's no forecast of rain. So that's my local weather report. You have my sympathy where the weather is, well, dramatic, even dangerous. Talking about dangerous, we have the Afghanistan affair. It unfolds each day in a different way. I mean, my take may be different than what most are concerned about. You're almost getting like a weather report of who's getting out of the nation state of Afghanistan and where they're going, how quickly or how slowly it's taking, and how the individuals are suffering. But the overarching concern I have is with those who helped us. The Taliban are finding it's one thing to overthrow a government with force and fear and cash and false promises. It's quite another thing to govern. And the people there are protesting. They didn't have a worthy government, but they don't think the Taliban are any more worthy and are worse. So there have been protests in the street, and the Taliban have been responding with arms to intimidate, but they also have been shooting the protesters. They're firing on the people themselves. And they fired on the people for waving the national flag of the government that they overthrew. So that's the overall temper of the times in Afghanistan. But they've also very plainly been looking to kill those who work with the United States. Good job, Trump. And they're looking as well for their families, associates, and friends. So when we talk about allies of the United States leaving and being safe, interpreters and others, this is no laughing business. This is serious business. At the airport, apparently, we have complete control. But getting the 4 miles to the airport from downtown Kabul, or maybe even any place near it, is more challenging. And you have to think as the days go on and the sweetness of their victory sours a little bit, and the anger rises from these people who are thugs like those who attacked our own capital, that we can expect there perhaps to be more bloodshed. So quickness in terms of helping people leave the nation state of Afghanistan is critical, absolutely critical. Now, it's very interesting how Democrats, okay, they attack Cuomo, we've been over that. And Democrats are being critical of Biden. Oh, that's fine. Do you think they could be critical of the people who brought us January the 6th? Oh, no. We'd rather eat our own. It drives me nuts. Well, here's a message to all Democrats and Republicans, the leaders anyhow. Look at the polls. 2/3 of the American public support the fact that we're leaving Afghanistan. And if the events of recent days haven't convinced us that there is nothing there for us more to do, I don't know what could possibly persuade America to leave that place. We know the military-industrial complex wants us there. We know soldiers who are hurt and so forth, who feel that they should not have wasted their time and risked these injuries and have to suffer them the rest of their life, that something good should have come out of it. Well, I leave this thought. I believe that just like is true in the United States, where we, the people, ultimately make the difference, if there's a difference made in Afghanistan, it will be we, the people, not the government. It will be we, the people, who had a chance to enjoy the freedoms that we thought they would want and did and had for some significant segment of this 20-year period. And now they're going to the streets and they're demanding it, and some are dying. The soldiers ran away from their posts. Well, it's not hard to believe when the president of your country is running and hiding. And I think the future of Afghanistan is as it was, in this sense, that it will have to continually fight these warlords. But there's a big difference between governing and terrorist attacks. And the people may, over time, force modifications and practices, Sharia law and so forth, Sharia law. And that's what we can hope for. Meanwhile, back in the United States, we have Texas is climbing the mountain in terms of adverse statistics for COVID-19, even as the governor comes down with it. And he gets special treatments and so forth, so he can be okay. You know, there's a special place in hell for these people, but we're living in this world, and we have to have this work out now, here and now. And if this is how the Republicans run for president, I repeat my suffocation policy, which is, under no circumstances do we vote for any Republican until that party has decided to embrace democracy and science and facts. And those good Republicans who feel as I do and you do, they should think about voting for independents, running as independents, running as Democrats. And when the party returns to its senses, the Republican Party, and gets rid of this cultish following of this maniac, the Orange Menace who was in the West Wing, then we can readjust ourselves again. And I think we've already seen that. Some Republicans are standing there waiting for an opportunity to be responsible in their party again, and they can't find it presently. There's no indication that's going to change until they've seen if they can get away with the midterms, seen if they can get away with the presidential. And the redistricting is going on now. And Manchin and Sinema, these people, we should be burning them in effigy, only in effigy. We should be objecting and protesting in various ways, because they are betraying the democratic principles they claim they're fighting for, when fighting for a supermajority which would block our ability to assure the public of a full and fair democratic vote on the upcoming election day and next year and every year afterwards. It is not an acceptable standard that you be able to discriminate against people in order to win an election, whether it be persons of color or language or religion or anything else. And that's what they're about. And we see that. So it's a good day out today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.